Welcome everyone to Public Health Emergency Preparedness. My name is Ann Hunt and I'm the course developer and one of the instructors for this course at UNE. My work in emergency preparedness has related to training emergency personnel and addressing the needs of persons with disabilities during both emergency planning and also in response. In this introductory lecture, we'll review the course structure and some of the course logistics, and then we'll move on to discuss the concepts of week 1. So what is public health emergency preparedness? Well, what you're going to learn in this course is what your role is as a public health professional in this entire emergency prevention, mitigation, preparedness, response, and recovery cycle that's shown below. We'll accomplish this through a few mechanisms, mini lectures each week, such as this one, very brief, readings, online trainings, discussions, and project-oriented assignments that are geared towards helping you develop specific skills related to emergency preparedness. Now, most of these learning approaches are probably familiar to you from other courses, but the online trainings actually warrant a little bit of further information. Looking at this diagram, you see that emergency preparedness and response is by its nature cyclic. So policies, procedures, and educational resources that explain those change frequently. Now, why is that the case? Well, with each new emergency we respond to, we learn from our successes and shortfalls, and that helps to inform change. Fortunately, post 9/11 and again post Katrina, Homeland Security provided a great deal of funding to preparedness initiatives for them to develop and update as needed emergency preparedness trainings for public health professionals and other emergency personnel. And so we use these trainings in this course because they provide you with the most current information on policy and procedures. And the good news is that most of these trainings, besides being very current, will provide you with certification. So when you've completed them satisfactorily, that will improve your credentials as a public health emergency preparedness professional, but also it helps to improve your resume in general. So moving on to week 1 and our goals for this week. You're going to start this week by getting to know one another using ZMAP, which is a very interesting visual mapping tool. This is an example here of the ZMAP from the last offering of this course, and it's really pretty astounding to see the geographical diversity here at UNE. And it's especially interesting in this course since many hazards are geographically determined. So, for example, within this class, you'll most likely have colleagues whose home location is at high risk of tsunami, and others who will be at risk of flood, wildfires, specific pandemics, etc. And this will be shared with you not only through this discussion by clicking on any location tag where you'll learn more about that particular individual, but also through the course in general as we study these hazards. Now, the other goal of week 1 is to introduce you to the incident command system. And basically, this is the first of 2 weeks where we'll be focusing on learning the terminology and organizational structure involved in public health emergency preparedness. And this week's training explains this structure depicted here, which is referred to as the ICS. And what it is it's an all hazards incident management system. It's used in preparation and response to incidents regardless of their cause, size, or complexity. And the original ICS concept was actually developed in California to handle wildfires more than 30 years ago. But since then, it's been expanded and further standardized by Homeland Security. And the whole goal here is if there's one structure that everyone uses regardless of the type of emergency that's being handled, then the players within that structure know what their roles are and how to coordinate with one another. So that's it for week 1, and I wish you all a very successful week. and I will look forward to speaking with you again in week 2. Please don't hesitate to email me or your own instructor with any questions you have whatsoever as you progress through the course. Best wishes.